This is Formula SAE FastCast, the official podcast of the Formula SAE series.
Welcome, everyone, to our second episode of the 2018 season for Formula SAE and Baja SAE. We're doing our second joint podcast today. I'm joined by Martha Tress, who is our sponsorship manager. We're going to be talking about the virtual career fair that we have coming up in January, as well as some other career-related things that we'll be doing this year. If you don't know, I'm Amanda Petrikowski from the CDS team. I handle all of the digital things. So thanks for joining us today. And I probably can just jump right in. How are you, Martha?
I'm good.
How is this year in sponsorship?
Oh,
It's a little early, but
I can't keep up with it, actually. We're having to come up with some new things just because everything is selling out.
so if you guys have any ideas for what we can get sponsored, leave it in the comments.
There you go.
Yeah,
That would be great.
probably some interesting stuff come in. All right. So we're mentioned on the Facebook Live feed that we're going to be having a virtual career fair for registration day. So I just wanted to have you on, talk a little bit about that, what that even means, why students would want to do that, and when they can start expecting some information coming out about it.
So what we did was a lot of the sponsor meetings this summer and fall after the competition season, a lot of the sponsors were mentioning how it would be so great to be able to connect with the students prior to the on-site competitions. And we kind of brainstormed through how could that happen? What would it look like? And we always want to make sure that we're giving you so many opportunities to meet with those sponsors and really talk about what they're doing, maybe technology-wise, what kind of co-ops and internships. And we found out a lot of them are having rotational programs that you might be interested in. So out of that brainstorming, we came up with this virtual career fair, and we're going to call it the CDS Virtual Career Fair because all the students from all of our competitions are going to be invited to attend, and all the sponsors from all of the competitions, from Formulas, Bajas, Aero Designs, Clean Snowmobile, Super Mileage, are going to be able to be there and have a booth in this virtual platform. So we've scheduled it for January 25th in 2018, hoping that that date you're back to the universities and starting your season. You're already building, I'm sure, by that point, and it just might be a good point to meet with those sponsors and kind of kick off and have an opportunity to chat. So the way the event will be is from 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time till 4 Eastern Standard Time. You will be able to log in and actually visit the booths of those sponsors and kind of go in line. It's going to be a great setup on the platform that we've chosen, that you're going to be able to upload a resume and kind of complete your profile. And some of the questions that we're asking in that profile are what competition you're with and what university you're at and what year you're in your education, what your degree and major is, and then also how many years you've been involved with CDS, because those are important questions for these sponsors. Some of the things they're going to be providing are the co-op opportunities, the internships that they're working on that you might be interested in, and a lot of them, like I had said briefly, the rotational programs, and that's really something new that I wasn't aware of until this year, that companies are really engaging in, and I think that's something you want to learn about from them. And then maybe if you're about to graduate, you're ready for that entry-level position. Something to consider too with the internships and the co-ops. Some of them are looking for that freshman and sophomore level. So don't not attend because you think you're not ready for that job. They're looking to be able to pull you into their company every summer so that by the time you graduate, you really might want to be a full-time employee. So start crafting your resumes, and as soon as we get the information, we're going to see who all's attending and share that excitement with the sponsors. We're going to be sharing lots of information through all of our communication channels with you. And please don't hesitate to ask us some questions, but block your calendar for January 25th, 2018 from 1 to 4 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, maybe even talk to your engineering professors or people in the engineering department and see if they can block off a computer lab for you and your team to go in there and just all do it at once, be in the same place.
That'd be great.
Yeah. And I do want to also make sure we mention that we are launching this to you as the same time as we're launching this to the sponsors. So that sponsor list of who's going to actually be participating will be growing over the next few months. So if you log in today and you only see a few sponsors, that's only because they just found out about it. So that list will be growing. Keep checking in every week. We'll be continuing to highlight sponsors that are participating. We feel very confident that you're going to see all the companies you're expecting to see there.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
We've already had a lot of feedback of companies that are just really excited about this opportunity.
You started to mention what our sponsors are looking for. We already know that CDS participation is something that is a sought after thing on the resume.
Absolutely.
This year, we spent a lot of time talking to sponsors in depth about what they're looking for. What are some of the other things that they're looking for when they see these resumes?
They really want you to focus not on a project is great, but focus on the result of what you did in that project, what you uncovered. Show that mistake, show that hurdle, show that challenge, and how you overcame it. They really want to see what you accomplished more than just listing all these things that you've been involved in. So give some meat to that. Really kind of explain. They love seeing the CDS, obviously, because that's why they sponsor your events. But really focus on what you overcame and how you got over that hurdle. Show that result.
And that doesn't necessarily mean how you finished at competition, right?
No,
There's
no.
so much more to the CDS experience than that. And honestly, this is going out in January, so you'll have quite a few months even under your belt in the design process to use some of those lessons learned and those experiences.
One of the things, too, to consider is even if you are a freshman, create that resume, because you may have had some things before, in your high school education that you want to really highlight, as well as things in between and your summer internships that you may already have done. So even if you're a freshman and a sophomore, you can still create that resume.
It's a lot easier to edit something that already exists than to say, oh, I need to turn in a resume, so I need to go back and create it, right? If it's already created, you just tweak it. You add your new experiences as they come, and you're good to go. It's a lot easier. So good advice. Martha, was there anything else that that you guys came across this year when you were talking to sponsors in the off season that might be helpful for students? Maybe what they expect from students on site, what they're looking for from teams, how they're expecting to engage with students?
I think we had some comments that came back in the sponsor survey, because just like you students are surveyed at the end of the year, we also survey our sponsors because we want to know about their experience and how we can improve it. And there were several comments that came back that you weren't prepared to meet with the sponsors, or you didn't bring a resume, which we understand. You're in the heat of the competition. But that's something that you want to consider and be ready to meet with them. Even if you think, I am not a senior and I'm not graduating, doesn't mean you don't want to meet with those sponsors. You never know where that career path might take you if you have that conversation. We have all these companies coming and offering positions across the world. So take that advantage. You might be traveling. You might be relocating. So the opportunities are out there. Be ready to embrace it and learn.
Let's circle back to the career fair. What do students need to be doing right now? So it's November when this launches. We're going to be sending this podcast out the same day that we release information. So right now you can go to the newsfeed and see what the link is, kind of what some more in detail information, even sign up right now, right? The website will be live today. So what's the next step?
The first thing we want you to do is block that time on your calendar, and like Amanda had recommended, maybe talking with your engineering staff and seeing about booking something, or even your career services group, see if they can put something together so that you can have that blocked time and blocked room. And then we need you to register and complete the form. And you're going to be giving some information on the form, really basic information like I had explained. It's not going to take you long to do that. That way, that gives us some sense of how many recruiting staff need to be in those booths based on how many of you have signed up, because we don't want everybody to have to wait a long time in lines, because you might be waiting in a line at the Honda booth waiting to talk to their recruiters. So you really need to just sign up for that and be ready to go and then post your resume. It's 2 simple items.
I have my resume ready to go. Is there anything else I can be doing? So if I don't want to wait till January, what can I do in the meantime?
There is another method of connecting with the sponsors, and that is through the SAE Student Career Center. And we've put this information into Momentum. Not sure if you're reading that publication in depth, but we've been trying to highlight some things in that. So we have the Student SAE Career Center, and we really want you to start utilizing that. Sponsors are going to be posting internships, co-ops, and rotational programs, as well as those entry-level positions. So it's another touch point. We're trying to get you hired. We're trying to get you opportunities. And utilize these tools because we're building them for you.
Right now, check the news feed out, check out the links, get signed up, add it to your calendar. That date again is January 25th. So right after you guys come back from holiday break, we'll be ready to go. Hopefully connect with some employers and get that train moving so that when you actually see them on site, you'll be like, hey, I'm coming to work for you in like just a few weeks. So
this was great. And I hope to see all of you registered. We want to see some great numbers.
Yeah, I mean, that before we sign off, that is a good point, Martha. We are trying something really new, right? This is out of the box. This is something that SAE has invested in because we want to make sure we're connecting our students with people that want to give them jobs. In order for us to be able to continue to do things like this that are a little bit out of the box, we need your support. So please make sure you sign up if you're interested. Please make sure you attend if you sign up and show our sponsors that this is certainly a population that wants to talk to them before they get on site. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Formula SAE FastCast. As always, we want to hear from you, so email us at formulasae@sae.org. The show notes for this episode can be found at www.fsaeonline.com. Stay safe and we'll catch you next episode.